Do you enjoy indie monster taming games with a twist of Metroidvania in them? If so, Monster Sanctuary might be the perfect game for you, but after 2 years we want to know, is it still worth revisiting for fans of the game, or for those who haven't played it already? And for most players, the answer is probably yes, but there's a lot to keep in mind comparing this game to other Pokemon-like games. So let's start with 2 compelling reasons to revisit the game. First, the monster roster is outstanding with 111 available monsters. Between nature spirits, champion monsters, and even community created monsters added to the game, you won't be hard pressed to find appealing monsters that will help you explore the world and rise to the ranks of Keeper Master. But between solving puzzles, using your monster's explore abilities, and creating successful team synergies, you likely feel deeply connected with your monsters by the end of your journey. The second compelling reason to revisit the game or experience it for the first time is the countless ways you can replay the game and have a drastically different game experience in each playthrough. But the core 3v3 battle system is so intricate and rewarding of creative team building that you're able to try out countless team combinations for each run of your game. In battles, monsters utilize their skills, auras, equipment, and more to defeat the opponent, focusing on combinations and team execution. As monsters level up, they get skill points that build out their skill trees, and monsters that are hatched later in the game are scaled appropriately and have access to skill points equal to their monster level. This means you can try out tons of new monsters in your playthrough with very little penalty. But the 3v3 battle system that focuses on combinations, synergies, and team building only scratches the surface of replayability. Monster Sanctuary features Bravery, New Game Plus, Randomizer, and Permadeath modes. The Randomizer mode is probably my favorite, and this is a mode where all monsters are randomly swapped around throughout your gameplay. And to top it off, the Forgotten World is a DLC that's offered for free to extend your adventure even further. For players who are fans of monster taming games and Metroidvanias, the amount of value you get from this game is stunning. And if you're getting value from this video so far, consider leaving a like and subscribe to stay updated on our future videos. Newer players to the Sanctuary should be aware of a few gameplay elements you'll experience during your journey. While Monster Sanctuary won't get confused as a Souls game in terms of difficulty, you're not getting Pokemon Let's Go levels of ease either. Monster Sanctuary can be challenging at times because the game rewards and expects the player to team build and utilize different combinations of monsters to best tackle Keeper duels and champion fights. During Keeper duels, you have access to all 6 monsters in your main party. Once a Keeper loses all 6 monsters, the battle is over. Champion fights are a much different story. You can only choose 3 monsters, and your ability to take out the champion is rated on a scale of 1 to 5. Maybe 1 to 6 if you absolutely crush it. A high score is important because you can only recruit champion monsters if you get 5 stars or above. Many Keeper duels and champion fights might be difficult with a team combination you used in a previous battle, so make sure to think strategically about the best way to tackle each fight. You also get monster eggs as drops from defeating monsters in the overworld, and the higher score you receive from the battle, the higher chance you have to receive a monster egg and expand your roster. The map, music, and graphics all work together so well in Monster Sanctuary that even though there are many other monster taming games with 2D pixel art and charming monsters, Sanctuary has a creative direction that feels completely unique. Because Monster Sanctuary heavily incorporates Metroidvania gameplay, you'll need to solve puzzles to progress through the game. Your monster pals and their explore abilities help you navigate these puzzles, which adds a fun dynamic to your puzzle solving. None of the puzzles are overwhelmingly challenging, but they are a core part of the gameplay. Learning about your monsters is important in helping you explore all areas of the map, and if you hit a dead end in one area, I highly recommend coming back once you've added a new monster to your roster. I'll admit, after playing through the entire game, there are a few puzzles I still need to revisit. Many of the puzzles are closely related to the biomes you explore throughout the Sanctuary. For example, you have to crush ice blocks in the snowy peaks, you have to navigate strong currents at Horizon Beach, and you need to quickly run past magma in the magma chamber. And the intentional choices of the development team to make each biome unique, from the puzzles to available monsters, definitely doesn't go unnoticed. The music in Monster Sanctuary is fantastic, and each biome and map area has a distinct sound that adds to the uniqueness of the area you're exploring. The OST is available to stream via Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, and you'll likely want to listen to several songs after your playthrough is complete. If you do have a favorite song though, let us know down below in the comments. I do want to talk about the graphics because in the great age of pixel art monster taming games, some players might be turned off by another 2D pixel art monster taming adventure, but the graphics work together so well with the music, map design, and Metroidvania mechanics that the pixel art is elevated to be more appealing than other pixel art offerings. But hey, if you're not a fan of pixel art, you probably won't enjoy this game, but don't let the pixel art discourage you from picking it up. The game story is solid but slightly short and might feel familiar if you played similar games in this genre. You're tasked with taking on champion monsters that become more abundant in the Sanctuary, and you quickly learn about an alchemist plot to disrupt the peace of the Sanctuary. The main story clocks in around 30 hours, but you have the Forgotten World DLC to play through, and tons of replay options that we've already discussed. The fact that this game encourages replays and has so much content to dive into in the 30-hour main campaign means the story is mainly here to give us some guidance as we explore this deep and rich sanctuary. The main story does a great job of moving us through the game, but I wouldn't describe this game as story focused. It does fit well with the world and doesn't detract from your gaming experience. Monster Sanctuary has a unique place in the monster taming world, being a game that excels in both traditional monster taming and Metroidvania gameplay mechanics. Monster Sanctuary encourages the player to engage with the game in critical ways that allow the true strengths of the game to shine through. If you're looking for a game that encourages strategic battles, has a relatively deep skill and battle system, and a solid monster taming roster, all with side-scrolling adventures and travel, even after 2 years you'll want to play this game. Let us know down below if you played Monster Sanctuary or if you're looking to play it for the first time. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated with all our future videos. Bye everyone!